Part 2. Soon Avery started junior high, but just 2 days after the semester kicked off, I ran into a furious Linda right at the school gates. Trailing behind her was Avery, looking incredibly wronged. Avery even looked like she had been crying, but she was covered in grease and sweat. Just looking at her made my stomach turn. It was impossible to feel any sympathy for her. It turned out some classmates recognized Avery.A's the night-blooming jasmine from the internet. Word spread like wildfire. Everyone knew her body odor was so bad it made a cat throw up. Nobody wanted to sit next to her. Some kids even intentionally fanned the air and covered their noses. Then Avery walked by, staring at her with pure disgust. These kids were all raised like pampered royalty. They were little tyrants in their own homes. They definitely weren't going to coddle Avery. Avery had never faced this kind of humiliation before. She cried and threw a fit, demanding to go home no matter what. Linda poked her hard in the forehead, furious that she was being so weak. "Why are you going home? Do we not have the right to an education?" Then she jumped up like an angry rooster, pointed right at the discipline director's nose, and started screaming curses. "Our Avery gets VIP treatment everywhere she goes. If your school doesn't give us a proper explanation today, I'm going straight to the Board of Education to report you. I'll expose you on my channel." The discipline director wiped the sweat from his forehead, apologizing repeatedly. He finally promised to have his own daughter share a desk with Avery. Only then did Linda back down. Luckily, the director's daughter had severe allergies, so the smell didn't affect her as much. But knowing Avery had a mother like that, she still refused to play with her. The situation in the dorms was basically the same. Nobody wanted to share a room with Avery, so she was gifted her very own single dorm room. "Go ahead and get comfortable. You are not putting this one down," to put it simply. Avery was completely isolated the second school started, but Linda wasn't worried at all. She took all of this special treatment, a massive flex, and posted it all over her personal account. "My daughter has night-blooming jasmine, and the discipline director's kid is her personal study buddy. My daughter has night-blooming jasmine, and the school treats her like royalty, giving her a private room." Linda was still incredibly smug, completely oblivious to the fact that Avery had become an absolute outcast at school. Teenagers all have their little crushes and innocent thoughts. Avery was no exception, but nobody in her class would even talk to her. She had nowhere to put those feelings. Several times, I caught her sneaking creepy looks at T, the sports rep from the class next door. The sports rep was tall, athletic, and had a cute little snaggletooth when he smiled. He was definitely a good-looking kid. I used a burner account to add Avery on WeChat, pretending to be a student from the class next door. I told Avery that because he was a popular guy at school. I just wanted to expand my friend group. At first, Avery was a little guarded, but she couldn't resist the urge to overshare. It wasn't long before she spilled everything, out her secret crush. I encouraged her. "Avery, if you like the sports rep so much." Avery sent a blushing emoji and said she didn't know how to do it. I told her. "I heard the sports rep likes petite girls, especially the kind who can be completely swallowed up by his oversized jacket. Avery, fortune favors the bold. You should just wait until the sports rep isn't around and put on his jacket. Then, when he comes looking for it, you make a grand entrance right in front of him. It'll be perfect. You're so unique. A guy like him will definitely never forget a woman like you." Thinking about the other side of the screen, Avery's greasy face and her lethal, invisible stench, I could only silently apologize to the handsome sports rep. In my head. How are you so smart?" She sent a sticker of hugging me, cheering excitedly. The next day during lunch break, I heard a massive commotion outside the faculty office. The center of the drama was none other than Avery. The girls from the class next door had her surrounded, screaming at her for being shameless. It turned out, when the sports rep came back from the bathroom, he realized his uniform jacket was missing. He looked everywhere for it and finally discovered that Avery was wearing his jacket. He didn't say a word, just demanded it back. But he never expected the jacket would be so rancid it was unwearable. He had no choice but to quietly throw it away. When class started, the teacher noticed the sports rep wasn't wearing his uniform jacket and publicly reprimanded him. The sports rep didn't try to explain himself. He just said he forgot it, and willingly accepted the punishment. But a classmate who witnessed the whole thing cleared things up for him in front of the teacher. This completely set off the students in his class, especially the girls who had a crush on the sports rep. They spontaneously organized a mob, determined to drag Avery over and make her apologize to him. By the time we rushed over, Avery was losing her mind in the middle of the crowd. Her face was beet red and she shrieked at the top of her lungs. "Didn't you guys tell me? The sports rep liked it when people wore his clothes? And you said if he saw how small I looked in it, he would definitely like it." The students were completely shocked by her words. They looked at her like she was an absolute psycho. "Are you literally insane? Name one girl in our class who would ever say something like that to you." "Exactly. Just talking to you makes me feel dirty. Have you never smelled your own stench? You smell bad enough to kill an elephant. How do you have the nerve to wear someone else's clothes? The crowd was screaming from every direction, cursing Avery so badly she couldn't even talk back. Finally, the sports rep stepped in to defuse the situation. He claimed he just didn't put the jacket away properly, and he didn't blame Avery. He said he threw the jacket away simply because he didn't like people touching his things. For a kid his age handling a situation like that, he was incredibly mature and graceful. I thought the whole thing was over, but somehow Linda found out about it. She barged straight into the classroom next door and dragged the sports rep right out of his seat. Are you the one who broke our Avery's heart? Who the hell do you think you are? How are you even worthy of my night-blooming Jasmine daughter? As she said that, she raised her hand, ready to slap the sports rep across the face. Everything happened so fast. Neither the teachers nor the students had time to react, but Avery moved fast. She instantly threw herself in front of the sports rep. Pulling and dragging, she managed to pull Linda away. The school administration was absolutely furious this time. They refused to compromise or back down. The principal warned Linda never to set foot on campus again. If she ever tried to harm a student again, they would call the police immediately. Call the police? You think I'm scared of you? I can sue you all for discrimination. Even as she was being dragged away, Linda was still screaming and acting tough. She completely failed to notice the look of absolute embarrassment on Avery's face outside the crowd. Linda was humiliated for the first time, so angry she couldn't even eat. Whenever she brought it up, she still flew into a rage. Who does that sports rep think he is? How dare he bully our Avery? This time, Avery didn't agree with her mom. She pulled a long face, her expression dark. Tell me the truth. Did that little brat try to seduce you first? Linda relentlessly pressured Avery to admit it. Avery got annoyed by the questioning, turned around, and went into her bedroom. Bang! The sound of the door slamming shut. I reminded Linda that she could share this story on her account and let the internet judge who was right. Linda immediately perked up. She instantly drafted and posted a story. In the post, she claimed that a male student played with Avery's feelings, and that the school covered it up, helping powerful students bully her night-blooming Jasmine daughter. She found a picture of Avery crying and claimed her child was at home suffering. Even though she exaggerated wildly, throwing massive amounts of dirt at the school and the students, the result was the exact opposite of what she expected. The vast majority of the internet wasn't buying it, because someone in the comments who knew the inside story laid out exactly what happened, detail by detail. The person who leaked the truth was me. I detailed exactly how Avery harassed the sports rep, and how the sports rep helped her out of the situation. I wrote it out with extreme precision. A bunch of local accounts also came to back me up, proving that what I said was true. Clicking on their profiles, almost all of them were students from the same school as Avery. Now Linda had no way to defend herself, and the internet showed her no mercy. The curses were absolutely vile. Linda was bullied into submission. In the end, she had no choice but to delete the post. Linda's psychotic behavior completely destroyed whatever sympathy Avery had left. Students who previously didn't care about her spats did, actively hating her. Whenever Avery walked by, everyone's first reaction was to cover their noses and walk away. Some people even intentionally made gagging noises and then burst into laughter together. Avery wanted to get mad, but she couldn't pin it on anyone, because literally everyone hated her. They even gave her a nickname, B.O. A bold student even wrote a limerick to mock her. B.O. stands brave on the field, sweeting bullets under the sun. B.O.'s heart flutters in the dark, stealing clothes like it's just for fun. When Avery found out, she ran out of the classroom crying, but absolutely no one cared. If you think the viral humiliation is the end of her mental collapse, you haven't seen what happens when the smell returns. Part 3 is where she loses her grip on reality entirely.